Friday! And my hair is wet because I just got out of the bath because I had to wash off all that sand from Cuba. Chelsea, being a vegan is hard. It's easier for some, but I find it pretty hard considering I live on a dairy farm and a beef farm. And yeah, worst dairy beef farmer ever. My Easter was good. I spent some time with Mark and his family because we didn't do anything with my family since nobody was around. My siblings are all spread across the world, so. Apples to apples, what's that? I've never actually heard of it. I live under a thing called a rock, so I'm out of touch with society. So, because like Stella, I'm kind of lazy and don't want to Google it, please explain that to me. Oh, also Chelsea, you need to stop getting sick. I'm just going to make a rule, you're not allowed to get sick anymore. And you better follow that rule. Actually, I should probably follow that rule myself too. I got a cold when I was in Cuba, and I'm just getting over it. I am glad you finally finished Order of the Phoenix. I think it's such a good book. And I absolutely love when anyone just sticks it to Umbridge. That is totally the best part. There's totally a lot of angst in that book, but it's understandable. As you guys have said, he's a teenager, he's 15. And having lost a friend myself, actually, May 6, 2006 is when he died. So rest in peace, Johnny. It's been 5 years. I think the Order of the Phoenix deals really well with the whole death thing, so great book for that. Stella, the Cuba footage will come, but not anytime soon, because I'm really tired, and I'd have to dig out my camera and when I have time. It's okay that you didn't do the airport vlog. I went to the airport, and it's tough trying to do a vlog there. I was going to do one, then I'm like, nuh-uh. Too much craziness going on. Crazy. Vegans can get a little crazy. See, I'm a vegan just because I can't eat the other stuff. If I do try to eat it, it makes me feel sick. And to make it even more exciting for me, I also can't eat gluten. So, gluten-free vegan right here. That's hard. And it's easier just to not eat it, because if I do, it's painful, and it's not worth the pain. So when people say to me, oh, why don't you just eat it anyway? It hurts. That's why I don't eat it. So since I can't eat the gluten, sorry, haven't eaten the bagel crisps. I'm glad you like them, though. On to exciting things. Spencer is totally awesome. He's one of my favorite characters out of the Sweet Scarlet series. I definitely hope that you can find yourself a Spencer in New York, because he'd just be so happy. That'd be like a perfect guy for you. I hope the ending of Scarlet Fever didn't annoy you too much. I know Chelsea and I are both like, oh. But it is kind of exciting waiting for that book to come out, like the next book in the series, because I've never been following a book series and actually been reading it when I've had to wait for a book to come out. So that kind of really adds to the excitement for me. So it's the first for me having to ever wait for a book, and I'm excited. Bah. I still have not watched the second episode of Doctor Who because I didn't get that in Cuba. And since I just got home today, I haven't had time to watch it yet. But I must watch it before tomorrow night so I can watch the third episode of Doctor Who. But yeah, today's been kind of a crazy day. I didn't get home to my nice, quiet bed until about 2:30 this morning. And I also had to be up and at an appointment for 10 o'clock this morning. So I haven't had much sleep, and I didn't get home till about 2 o'clock today. So I've been very busy. I'm a very busy girl. I had to go grocery shopping because my fridge was empty, and I was really hungry because I haven't eaten a whole lot in the past week. Cuba, although the weather was absolutely gorgeous, couldn't have been better, it's not very Heather-friendly for food. Everything's either meat, or cooked and fried in butter, or pasta. So I ate a lot of bananas, rice, and cabbage for a week. Great weight loss plan. I don't suggest it. You girls might laugh at me. I've read 4 books since you last saw me. Insert Heather's crazy and has too much time to read comment here. Also, while I was gone, in the mail, I got this book. Very excited about it. Although I haven't read the first one yet, that's the next book I'm going to read. So I will read 13 Little Blue Envelopes, and then I get to read this one. I just like getting things in the mail because I don't often get things in the mail other than a cell phone bill or a credit card bill. Those aren't exciting. Since you've seen me last, the first book I read was this, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I thought that was great. I love the way J.K. Rowling just makes this whole world. And then she explains about all these fantastic mythical beasts, and I really liked that. Made me happy. The next book, Quidditch Through the Ages. That too was a very good book. It really explains a lot for anyone who doesn't know everything about Quidditch. And again, she's so imaginative to be able to just think of this sport out of her head like that and just have a whole history behind it. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed reading that book as well. The next book I read, which I read most of it while I was in Cuba, is Harry, A History by Melissa Anelli. This book was fantastic. It makes me really wish that I followed the Harry Potter series as I was growing up and really got into the fandom in that point in time, because just it's so exciting the way she talks about it. This is a really well written book, and she just makes you feel like you were there with her. And it's very emotional, I think. Great book. If you girls have not read it, you should. The final book I read, which I thought was a rather appropriate book because I was in Cuba on the beach, was The Bermudish Triangle. It told me it was a splash-proof beach read, so I had to. It was a really good book. I'm not an overall fan of how things happen between Nina and Steve and Parker, but other than that, I thought it was a great book. I love reading books with main characters that are gay, just because they're so different. They're not your typical, boring teenage novels. Maureen Johnson, thank you for being made of awesome. This book was really good. I don't really know what else to say about it other than I liked it. And have you girls read it? Now I know this is getting really long. I'm just going to stop since I have been talking and I have 2 weeks worth of videos crammed into one. So it's just going to end here. I hope that you girls have a fabulous weekend and that there's a little bit of sunshine where you are, because it's been raining here nonstop for 3 weeks. So I'm kind of glad I was in the sun for the past week because it's nice and rainy out there today. Chelsea, I'll see you on Monday.